everybody. Welcome back to MUSE TV. We are here with the directors of Own the Room, which is now on Disney Plus. It's a great documentary from National Geographic. Cristina Costantini and Darren Foster. How is everything going? We've talked to you before when you were doing a science fair, and now you have this new documentary. What does it feel like to have it finally come out and people finally see
it? All of these students with the world, you know, we've known them now for since 2019, 2018. And so it's 2 years. So it's great to finally, we've known their stories and it's great to finally be able to share all these inspiring students who are doing incredible things. Especially right now, I feel like our world is a little bit dark and sad, and you know, we're all in our houses. So to bring a little bit of joy to people's lives through their stories is really a dream.
Yeah, and I agree, because right now we really do need this, and especially for students who have been stuck at home, learning from your house. I think this really is going to inspire them to really help say, hey, we're almost at the end of the tunnel. There's still people there's opportunities out there, especially after this pandemic. You focused on 5 students was like a main focus, and each one of them had different specialties, different ways of presenting their businesses and what they're doing. What was the reason why you chose those 5? And really would like to know about that, and how did the process go?
Yeah, we wanted to have, you know, a fairly representative sample of the students that, you know, turn out for the Global Student Entrepreneur Award. And obviously this is a global competition, and so we decided to try to find kids on every corner of the globe. And you know, every one of their stories is just so compelling, just because, you know, I think what's great about all of them is that they all basically found a problem in their backyard and decided to do something about it. And so, you know, Henry from Nairobi, Kenya, you know, saw a problem, you know, with student housing in Kenya and in Africa at large, and he decided to, you know, be the solution. And likewise with, you know, Daniela and Alondra and you know, and all the students, they're just really amazing.
Oh, they really were very inspirational, all of them. Especially the one that I kind of picked up on the most was Alondra, because her app was so fascinating, and that's something. And being a Latino, that's something we definitely need in that industry. Going to CES and seeing everybody at CES, you don't really see that many Latino engineers and technology in that space. And it's great to see somebody like that creating an app that could be so useful to people. How was it like focused, like, because the one I try not to get too spoilerish. So I still want to see have people to see it, but like, were you specifically looking for certain disciplines and one discipline over another, or was it just more the person than the discipline?
Yeah, you know, I think for us, we're drawn to people and to their story. We were really just looking to find out, to find a number of students from a cross section of the globe. And so Henry and Alondra and Daniela and Jason and who am I forgetting? Santosh, of course, all represent. It's like count kids. I'm sure my mom always does up our names. But we really, all of them, as you can see in the film, are wonderful people, most of whom have overcome great odds to make it to Macau. And so their stories were all compelling to us for different reasons. And, you know, I think the fact that so many of them were trying to address these local problems in their community and were such go-getters and were so brave, I think that contributed a lot to why we chose them. But also they're fun to be around. And, you know, as a documentary filmmaker, you have to spend a lot of time with your subjects. And so I think all 5 of them, we had an amazing time, you know, meeting all their families and sharing meals with them. So it was a real privilege to be able to spend time with them.
Cool. And the one thing that I do notice, and we're going to bring it up because there is there's been snippets out there, and hopefully people have already seen it enough, but with Henry's situation, how hard was it to shoot his situation? Because, I mean, for what happened to him, it seemed like it'd be a chore to make sure that you get enough footage, you get enough cameras out there, you're making sure everything's covered while going through that process that he had to go through and being not allowed into Macau. How difficult was it to shoot that scene? Because I saw it and I was like, man, that must have been challenging.
Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge of documentary. There is no script. You don't know what's going to happen next. And so that was totally unexpected. We had no idea that, Henry would face this challenge, and, you just have to react and basically, like you scramble. It was a crazy day. I think we got a text from Henry in the middle of the night that he was being deported. And so we basically, ran to the airport with the camera and tried to get in. And when we couldn't, we sent a producer with basically his cell phone to follow Henry. And there was no guarantee that it was going to work, the plan that we had sort of come up with. But thankfully it did. We could spoil it maybe a little bit. But yeah, no, it's really harrowing. I mean, for us, obviously, as documentary filmmakers, it was, no more, Henry was really the one who suffered through it. And, this is just like, a testament to Henry's character. He showed up on no sleep and, was ready to pitch. He arrived 5 minutes before, basically the clock ran out, and he which was great.
Yeah. And that's the one thing, when I saw that scene, I was pulling for Henry. I was like, after going through what you're going through, you have to witness. Like, it would have been awesome. But just to see like who won and everything about this documentary, it was so inspiring, so uplifting. One thing I did want to ask you as we're winding this up, how is it working with Disney Plus, especially since like Science Fair was on National Geographic? It had a platform in theaters. It had a run. With COVID, we can't go to movie theaters. So what has it been like to have a partner in Disney Plus and National Geographic to put it on a streaming platform?
Yeah, we couldn't love more. Science Fair also premiered on Disney Plus, and we're just thrilled. I think because so many kids watch Disney Plus, it's a cool demographic to be able to watch your film as a documentary filmmaker. So this film, large part, to be watched as a family, and so we hope that it can be inspiring to children and to parents alike.
And I agree, because I tuned into Disney. I went into Disney Plus at midnight just to see where they placed your documentary, and it is number 2 in the new slot. Yeah.
Oh, great!
It was really cool.
Oh, great! That's amazing.
So it's right up there, and everybody could see as soon as you log into Disney Plus, your documentary is there, which is awesome. And awesome. I love both of your work. You've done some amazing work. Is there any hint on what you have next?
Darren.
Well, I mean, Cristina and I collaborate on a lot of other directing things together, but also, just we have a production company together, so we're always working on each other's project, support one another. At the present moment, but Cristina and I cooking up a bunch of good ideas for the future, so we're excited. Yeah, and hopefully more in this.
Big characters, good stories, hopefully impactful stories, hopefully meaningful stories. But I don't know if we can share anything in particular right now.
But you'll be the first to know when we do. Yeah. We'll come back.
We would love it, because I love your work, and I love seeing you. When we get to talk, about everything in Talk Shop, and I love what you guys do. So thank you so much. We look forward to seeing more from you. And don't forget, watch Own the Room on Disney Plus this weekend. You're going to enjoy it. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you. And I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you so much.